Hello students, welcome in this video. Today in this video we will discuss the restoration period in English literature. Restoration means the re-establishment of monarchy in England in 1660. So this period of literature takes its name from the restoration of the Charles II to the English throne in 1660 at the end of the Commonwealth, and it lasted until 1700. Restoration literature in English was the literature written after the restoration of the monarchy in 1660 following the period of the Commonwealth. Some literary historians speak of the period as bounded by the reign of Charles II, that is 1660 until 1685, while others refer to include within its scope the writings produced during the reign of James II, 1685 to 88, and even literature of the 1690s is often spoken of as restoration. By that time, however, the reign of William III and Mary II, 1689 to 1702, had begun, and the ethos of the courtly and urban fashion was, as a result, sober, Protestant, and even pious in contrast to the sexually and intellectually libertine spirit of the court life under Charles II. Many typical literary forms of the modern world, including the novel, biography, history, travel writing, and journalism, gained confidence during the Restoration period when new scientific discoveries and philosophical concepts, as well as new social and economical conditions, came into play. There was great outpouring of pamphlet literature, too much of its politico-religious, while John Bunyan's great allegory, Pilgrim's Progress, also belongs to this period. Much of the best poetry, notably of John Dryden, the great literary figure of his time, in both poetry and prose, the Earl of Rochester, Samuel Butler, and John Oldham, was satirical and led directly to the later achievement of Alexander Pope, Jonathan Swift, and John Gay in the Augustan age. The Restoration period was, above all, a great age of drama, heroic plays, influenced by principles of French neoclassicism, enjoyed a vogue, but the age is chiefly remembered for its glittering critical comedies of manners by such playwrights as George Etheridge, William Wycherley, Sir John Vanbrugh, and William Congreve. One of the most important and interesting aspect of literature is the way that it both responds to and is inevitably shaped by the political context in which it is written. Some of the best examples of this can be found in the Restoration period, which lasted from 1616 to around 1688 and sometimes considered as till 1700. The name Restoration comes from the crowning of Charles II, which marks the restoring of the traditional English monarchical form of government following a short period of rule by a handful of republican governments. At the heart of this literature is the attempt to come to terms with the political events that had occurred in previous decades. The writings of this time are both innovative and varied. The style and subject matter of the literature produced during the Restoration period spanned the spectrum from definitively religious to satirical and rescue. In 1688, James II, Charles II's brother, was removed from the throne, which many scholars use to mark the end of the Restoration literature and period. Political context of this period. In addition to conveniently providing the title of the period, the restoration of Charles II has a particular defining influence on the literature that was written in the second half of the 17th century. The political events of the previous decades resulted in tremendous turmoil of the English people. The divisions between those who supported a more traditional form of government and those who wanted a more republican form of government led to a strong tensions throughout England. These tensions led to the English Civil War, which lasted from 1642 to 1651 and was particularly brutal experience for many British people. The war culminated with the beheading of Charles I in 1649, and from 1649 to 1659 various forms of republican government ruled Britain. In 1660, Charles II became king, thereby restoring the English monarchy. After Charles II died in 1685, his brother James II took over the throne. Afraid of the policies James II might introduce, William III removed James II in 1688 and took over the English throne in 1689. This act is often referred to as the Glorious Revolution because, relative to the violence of the English Civil War, the transfer of power was not very bloody. Some scholars use the displacement of James II as one place to mark the end of the Restoration period. As with all periods of literature, this is somewhat arbitrary date, as well as we will see in the rest. Not all of the styles and the themes common to the Restoration era literary perfectly coincided with this date. Philosophical context. The start of Restoration period roughly coincides with the beginning of what is known as the Enlightenment, which lasted until the end of the 18th century. The Enlightenment was defined by an emphasis on reason and logic. The thinkers of the period, moreover, helped develop the modern science that treats the natural world as a knowledge and testable subject. Although the influence of the Enlightenment on the Restoration period is tremendous, it's important to note the humility towards human reason that is commonly too much Restoration literature. Many Restoration writers viewed the changes to their government and the violence that these changes brought with them as the direct result of those who dogmatically held to their ideology. In this sense, the political events that occurred in England provide insight into the skepticism that is at the heart of Restoration literature. Restoration literature, in general terms, is used to denote roughly homogeneous style of literature that center on a or celebration of or reaction to the restored court of Charles II. It is a literature that includes extreme, for it encompasses both Paradise Lost and the Earl of Rochester's Sodoms, the high spirited sexual comedy of the country wife and the moral wisdom of the Pilgrim's Progress. It saw Locke's treatise of government, the founding of the Royal Society, the experiments and holy meditation of Robert Boyle, the hysterical attacks of theatres from Jeremy Collier, and the pioneering of literary criticism from John Dryden and John Dennis. The period witnessed news became a commodity, the essay developed into a periodical art form, and the beginning of textual criticism. The dates for Restoration literature are matter of convenience. They differ markedly from genre to genre, thus, the restoration in drama may last until 1700, while in poetry it may last only until 1666, and the Envus Mirabilis, and in prose it might end in 1688, with the increasing tension over succession and the corresponding rise in journalism and periodicals, or not until 1700, when these periodicals grew more stabilized. In general, scholars use the term restoration to denote the literature that began and flourished under Charles II, whether that literature was the laudatory ode that gained a new life with restored aristocracy, the literature that showed an increasing despair among Puritans, or the literature of rapid communication and trade that followed in the wake of England's mercantile empire. Poetry. The Restoration was an age of poetry. Not only was poetry the most popular form of literature, but it was also the most significant form of literature, as poems affected political events and immediately reflected the times. It was to its own people, an age dominated by the king and not by any single genius. Throughout the period, the lyrics, aerial, historical, and epic poems were being developed. Prose. Prose in the Restoration period is dominated by Christian religious writing, but the Restoration also saw the beginning of two genres that would dominate later periods: fictions and journalism. Religious writing often strayed into political and economic writing, just as political and economic writing implied or directly addressed religion. Theatre. The return of the stage struck Charles II to power in 1660 was a major event in English theatre history. As soon as the previous Puritan regime ban on public stage presentation was lifted, the drama created itself quickly and abundantly. Two theatre companies, the King's and the Duke's Company, was established in London, with two luxurious playhouses built to design by Christopher Wren and fitted with movable scenery and thunder and lightning machines. Traditionally, restoration plays have been studied by genre rather than chronology, more or less as if they were all contemporary. But scholars today insist on the rapid evolvement of drama in the period and on the importance of social and political factors affecting it. So, if you have any queries related to this period, you can ask me directly through the messages, or you can write in comment box. Thank you.